Hey guys, it's Astro here, and this time I'm going to play The Monster Inside. It is kind of like a story, but it also has visuals included. It's pretty new. It was free to play on Steam, so I was like, why not? Now, I know there aren't many chapters, so we'll probably go through maybe four of them this episode and then do the rest then. So why don't we get started? Monster Inside. My head pounded, ears still ringing slightly. Some of the worst nightmares I'd had in years left me feeling like I'd been punched in the jaw. But just like any other day, I dragged myself to the office. Office. There was another notice on the door from Mayor Vanetti's office. Permits out of date. They didn't like me much, and were trying to drown me in paperwork. Words. It was a slow month, weeks since I'd had any real case to work on, so I'd passed the time pacing the office, smoking and staring at the mirror in the corner, safely covered with an old bed sheet. I didn't dare look at my own reflection. I'm too afraid of what I might see. Afraid someday I might have to face what I really am. So is she not human? The girl came in so quiet I nearly choked on my cigarette. Girl, mister, please, you gotta help me, mister. So it sounds like a mystery. So I choose calm down now, sit, talk slow. Yeah, what can I help you with? You ever hear of knocking first? I'm not gonna be rude, so I'll do calm down, sit down, and talk slow. Okay, thanks. It's just no one will listen to me. Just tell me your tale, I'm listening. She eyed me with a dash of suspicion as I tossed back a handful of pills and chased them with a swig of whiskey. I could tell this might take a while. Her name was Lily. My name's Lily. If you didn't know that already, which you probably don't, so that's my actual name. She told me she was his mistress, the man all over the newspapers, the infamous banker, Mr. Reginald Farnsworth. Mr. Farnsworth was a drunk, philandering bastard, but this girl seemed genuinely concerned that he had recently gone missing. Maybe she had some really good connection with him. Less concerned about the fact that Mr. Farnsworth's wife had just turned up dead in the Central Park 2 nights ago, so maybe not. But maybe they were close. Still, you don't understand. He couldn't have just done it. He hated his wife, but he couldn't have killed her. Everyone thinks it was him, and no one believes me. He's gotta be in trouble. I ain't saying anything. I ain't saying I believe you, but what makes you think he's in danger? Case. Looks pretty simple to me. I'll say, what makes you think he's in danger? Well, mister, Jack. Can you just call me Jack? Well, he doesn't like mister. Jack, whoever did this to his wife must have been the one who took him. He would never have left without me, he promised. I'm sure Mr. Farnsworth promised this poor girl a lot of things. Again, I think they were pretty close. Please, the cops won't listen to me and they want to bring him in on charges. You've got to prove it wasn't him before they find out. Wonder what he did wrong. Honestly, I doubt they're in too much of a hurry. Farnsworth had practically the entire police force in his deep pockets, probably why they hadn't found much yet. If they found him and brought him in, it would be due to public pressure. Sometimes a mob with pitchforks is more dangerous than one man with money. That would make sense. You've got my curiosity, but might not like what you found. I can help. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't you worry now. I'll do what I can help. Oh, thank you, Mr. Jack. Thank you. But please, be careful. I don't think this was just any murder or kidnapper. I think it was a ... What was it? A beast. Maybe something like, I don't know. Beast. The word struck me funny, like when you jar your elbow on a hard corner. Not a word many use these days, except in a in hushed whispers and bedtime stories for children. Oh, they were real enough, all right. They just got better at hiding, controlling their unseemly urges. But I hadn't seen any monsters in nearly 15 years, back when I was still a cop myself. So it sounds like this guy used to be a cop, and maybe now he is some kind of investigator. Or my character, supposedly. Well, that's definitely an interesting theory. I can help. We'll get to the bottom of it. Don't worry now. Leave the detective work to me. Oh, yeah, detective. That's what I meant. Let's not jump to conclusions here. I say, well, that's an interesting theory, because it is. I just have a feeling about it. Something tells me you can get to the bottom of it. You're good at this sort of thing. So maybe she's heard of him before, and he's been good. Sure, you can't you see how busy I am with cases? I guess he doesn't. I replied a little too harshly. Sarcasm wasn't my strong suit. I reassured her some more and sent her on her way. I didn't want to scare her, but I warned her before she left to keep the doors locked and call me if she saw anything suspicious. I didn't know if she was in any danger herself, but better safe than sorry. It would be a good idea to, keep a little girl safe. That night, I made my way down to Central Park. It was a long shot, but maybe there was something there the cops had missed. Next chapter. So, we're on to chapter 2. The scene was already picked clean by the cops days ago, but I've got a knack for finding things others overlook. So, attention to detail. I mean, you should have that if you're a detective. A knack, more of a symptom of a condition. Other, less useful symptoms I kept in check, but for the time being, my keen sense of smell would come in handy. It was faint, but I could smell it before I even approached the police line. So, the scent was a less thing and more of an emotion. Less of a thing and more of an emotion. A seduction. A strangely familiar smell. I expected the scent of trepidation, I'm going to assume that's right, or maybe even outright fear, but Mrs. Farnsworth seemed to have been at the height of the pleasure when she left this world. This is interesting. Brought new meaning to a crime of passion. Pushing the thought from my mind, it was time to get down to business. Investigate the scene. This is interesting. So, what is this? Muddy footprints everywhere. Difficult to pick out anything from the prints the cops left behind in their haste. So, cops weren't careful. That's good, I guess. Cops don't wear $2,000 pairs of carquinos. It looked like Mr. Farnsworth was there that night and walked away on his own 2 feet. So maybe when he wasn't killed. A burn mark on a nearby tree caught my eye. I ran my finger along its length and felt it chill down my spine. This wasn't just any burn mark. This is the mark of an ancient magic. It's doubtful the cops would have picked up on it. Could Lily have been right? Something unnatural was at play here. But I was no stranger to the strange, so maybe he's done a lot of detective work for stuff like that. After looking around for a while, I realized the park had given up all it was hiding from me, so I trudged back to my apartment, and my head hit the pillow like I owed it money. It owed me money. Interesting. That's a short chapter. So, we're on chapter 3. The next morning, I was reeling from another bout of ghoulish nightmares, but I tried to hide my discomfort when I saw Lily was already sitting outside my office. That's a little creepy, isn't it? She waited wordlessly as I unlocked the door and ripped down another notice from the mayor's office. I motioned for her to step inside. Seemingly afraid of what I might say, she finally worked up the courage to ask. Lily, so what did you find? Well, I got good news. Farnsworth might still be alive. Not sure about the beast, but something unnatural was at play. Might be right to worry about the monsters. Found a spell smart. I'll say found some good news. I probably shouldn't have given her false hope like that, but she seemed like she needed something to hold on to right then. She didn't need to know about the mark on the tree. Yeah, that might freak her out a little bit. How do you know that? Where is he? Found his footprints, seemed like he got out safely. There were signs he was at the scene and slipped away. I'll say find it. Well, yeah, I'll say that. My tone was indifferent towards her as I turned and grabbed a bottle from my own desk drawer. A dryness in my throat made it difficult to swallow my meds. Lily, but you don't know where he went. Do you think the news this morning is related? Ooh, wonder what the news was, obviously. Haven't you heard? Yeah, maybe you should tell me what you know. Nope, rough night followed by a rough morning. I'll say nope. They found the police chief's wife dead down by the docks. They say it happened last night. Let me guess, Chief Amato is missing too. My face might have been betrayed by a hint of satisfaction as he confirmed my suspicions, but it faded quickly. Amato was a shit cop and a shit chief, so maybe they're targeting people that are not that good? Question mark. He was half the reason I left the force, but now his wife was dead, and I had more questions than I did the day before. The gears in my head started to spin, which wasn't helping by the splitting pain at my temples. I told Lily I needed time to work, and she left slightly dejected, wanting more answers than I could provide. Yeah, you can only do stuff so fast, like detective work, obviously. That night, the cops had cleared out of the docks. I would slip down and see what I could uncover concerning Mrs. Amato's untimely demise. So now we're on chapter 4. The cold air smelled strongly of salt and oil, and ... Could it be? The smell again, like someone had bottled pure arousal and used it as a perfume. That's creepy. Maybe this was some act of something? I don't know. It hit me like a long forgotten memory, but the sensual fumes soon gave way to a rush of adrenaline. I knew exactly what the scent reminded me of, and that scared me more than not knowing. That's weird. I looked down at my hands, shaking, the nightmares, the headaches. No, I was better now, reformed, so sounds like something happened. Maybe that's why they aren't a cop anymore. I had to focus, no jumping to conclusions. Follow the evidence. Investigate the scene. Let's see what this is. Red Phoenix cigarettes. Same shitty brand I smoke every day. Everybody's got their vice. What's this over here? There, just there, the smallest piece of purple fabric, torn and caught in the splinter of a board. The police report didn't say anything about Mrs. Amato wearing purple, and it was certainly of a quality that you wouldn't expect down here. Don't see too many high society types around flaunting royal purple threads. I pulled out my own pack of reg and lit up. I could already feel another headache coming on, but looking out over the waves seemed to help me forget. So, done. The cold helped me push down the uncomfortable thoughts that had been bubbling to the top of my brain. Okay, so I think that's a good amount right now, and we will continue in the next episode of this. If you like this video, like and subscribe. Leave any other game suggestions in the comments below, and check out any of my other videos. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys later.